Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Wednesday, 19th May, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, we have an update in recent matches in the SKNFA Football League. And in our feature for this evening, Rain squashes matchup between Highlights and the Rest team. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome MERS-CoV and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome SARS-CoV. The 2019 novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. Coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted from animals to humans. Detailed investigations found that SARS-CoV was transmitted from civet cats to humans and MERS-CoV from dromedary camels to humans. Several known coronaviruses are circulating in animals that have not yet infected humans. Common signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. To protect yourself and prevent the spread of the infection, practice regular hand washing, covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, thoroughly cooking meat and eggs. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness such as coughing and sneezing. This message was brought to you by the Nevis Health Promotion Unit.
Well, I'm back, and we start with basketball. We have an update on the National Bank Senior Basketball League in matches played on Saturday, 15th May. 2 games were played on Saturday, 15th May in the SKNABA National Bank Senior Basketball League. In Game 1, Famcare Bird Rock Uprisers, for the third consecutive game, came from behind to defeat challengers Exodus 138 to 127. Bird Rock, down by 17 points going into the final quarter, took the game into overtime. For Bird Rock, Tiquan Rogers, 58 points, 24 rebounds. Colin Harrigan, 41 points, 7 rebounds. Jules Williams, 12 points, 11 rebounds. For Exodus, Bijan Nias, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Chesney James, 23 points, 7 rebounds. And Jamal Sutton, 16 points, 11 rebounds. In the second game, Atiba Harris St. Peter's Runners defeated Newton Sports Eagles out of Nevis, 96 to 85. For Runners, Ranik Nichols, 41 points, 8 rebounds. Liquani James, 14 points, 9 rebounds. And Leroy Wilkinson, 9 points, 12 rebounds. For our own team, the Eagles, Craig Angle, 22 points, 6 rebounds. Stevenson Providence, 11 points, 11 rebounds. And Gassano Barry, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Now to cricket on the international scene. The Cricket West Indies selection panel announces a provisional 18-man squad ahead of the free back-to-back 5-match T20 international series against South Africa, Australia and Pakistan. The expanded squad maintains the blend of experienced players with exciting young talent as the West Indies continue preparations in the build-up to the defense of their ICC T20 World Cup title to be held in India in October to November 2021. The full squad reads Kyron Pollard, captain, Nicholas Pooran, vice-captain, Fabian Allen, Dwayne Bravo, Sheldon Cottrell, Fidel Edwards, Andre Fletcher, Chris Gale, Shimron Hetmeyer, Jason Holder, Akil Hussain, Evan Lewis, Obed McCoy, Andre Russell, Lendell Simmons, Kevin Sinclair, O'Shane Thomas, and Hayden Walsh Jr. Now to football with the second round of the SKNFA Premier League in full swing. We have the results of last weekend's matches at Warner Park. Andre Huey was there and he files this report.
The second round of the SKNFA Premier League kicked into high gear on the weekend with some high-profile matches and some that will have consequences for the relegation battle. Both match days on the weekend were triple headers, starting with Flo Fujikayan Rockets crushing Trafalgar South Stars 6-1. Carlos Bertie scored a hat-trick in the 10th, 18th and 58th minute for Keon. Leon Huggins scored in the 52nd minute. Quinnicky Clark scored from the penalty spot in the 70th minute. And Raheem Davis in the 80th minute. The lone goal from South Stars came from Ronaldo Nisbet in the 55th minute. South Stars played the last 22 minutes with only 9 men after Rendell Theodule was sent off after picking up a second yellow card in the 68th minute, and Sankofa Benjamin picking up a straight red card also in the 68th minute for using offensive, insulting or abusive language. After the match, the team at the Premier League live broadcast on the SKNFA Facebook page commented on the proceedings.
The performance wasn't that we need them to play better. But it was a good performance by Kian anyway. Give credit to Kian for the way they played, especially Carlos Bertie, as I said, and his second coming to Kian.
In the night's other match, SL Horse at St. Paul's United demolished TGE Debe Eagles 7-0. Keith Roy Freeman scored a hat-trick in the 10th, 47th and 66th minute. Vince Roy Nelson scored in the 13th minute, Deontay Liburd in the 38th minute, Tahir Jefferson in the 54th minute, and in the 2nd minute of stoppage time, Kwame Challenger. The team at the Premier League live broadcast showered praises on an efficient and ruthless St. Paul's.
But very good performance from St. Paul's. And the man of the match for sure with the Freeman again and the score sheet. This time scoring a hat-trick.
Yes.
A very good hat-trick. So St. Paul's, as I said in the first half-time talk, that the team under St. Paul's, you're going to be waiting for the others.
Yep.
Qualify first for the Super 6 and be waiting for the others.
Then in the final match on Saturday, MFCR Old Road United drew 2-2 with S. Crave Newtown United. Akimba Lawrence scored both goals for Newtown, getting the goal scoring off in the 11th minute and again in the 58th minute. As for Old Road, Najon Brown scored from an assist from Tiquani Williams in the 20th minute, and Tiquani Williams himself, just before half-time, scored the go-ahead goal. The match ended in a tense manner as Orland Watley was sent off for using offensive, insulting or abusive language in the 4th minute of stoppage time. He was apparently displeased with what he believed was a non-call from the referee for a penalty in the dying moments of the match. The commentary team discussed the match, showering praises on the performance of Tiquani Williams of Old Road Jets.
Yes, he looks so smooth in the football. I mean, he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer. Exciting to watch. Very exciting to watch. As I said, any game he's involved in, or any game Old Road is involved in, it's always be a game that you're compelled to watch. You just can't not watch. It's very exciting.
7 goals were scored in Sunday's triple header. Hot Springs Bath United losing to St. Peter's 2-0. Both goals coming in the first half from Yannick Harris in the 10th minute and Mackinnon Gums in the 27th minute. The commentary team of Al Edwards and Essington Watts commented on the match.
Okay, let's look at the context of the game now. The 3 bottom place teams played this weekend so far and all lost. But continuing in true to form, Bath is losing by smaller deficits than the other two. In fact, I think they are in the number 10 position, only on goal difference.
Yes, to me, Bath tend to play better in the second half. They tend to play much better in the second half. They tend to have a very strong finish. And as always, they tend to play the full 90 minutes. And they seem to, they crawl their way back into the game. If this were a boxing match, I think they would have won on points.
In the second matchup, Rands Village Superstars edged Fastcast Saddlers United 1-0. The goal coming from Azari Hodge in the 40th minute of Village. For the commentary team of Sylvester Childs and Essington Watts, though an arduous victory for Village, it was still 3 valuable points.
So we'll just have to congratulate the coaching staff for giving the impetus what it took for the players to rise above the occasion and really get that all-important goal. As Sugar Bowl would say, sometimes all you need is just that one goal.
One goal.
To win the game.
Yes.
And so they got the 1 goal, and that's all it took to get the 3 points. And so congratulations to the Village Superstars.
And finally, Saul Island Auto Supplies Connery FC came from behind to edge Hobson Enterprises Garden Hotspurs 2-1. Spurs earned a goal within the first minute of the match through Tishan Hanley, only for Giovanni Lake, who had just returned to the Premier League from a 1-match suspension for a red card in his last match, to be given marching orders again, this time for a straight red card in the 17th minute. Referee Kimball Ward ruled a foul he committed in the 17th minute was serious foul play, deserving of a red. That left Spurs with just 10 men for most of the match, and it took its toll in the second half with 2 errors from goalkeeper Adolphus Jones, one in the 57th minute where he inadvertently knocked the ball in the back of his own net from a corner kick, and missing out on a ball which was tapped in the goal by Trevor Hanley in the 59th minute. The Premier League Live commentator and analyst LaShawn Dixon and Derek Mills assessed the match and the victory for Connery.
As we see them come back out in the second half, and it was all business for Connery, whereas they put their foot down, took advantage of the man up, and we see getting 2 goals as he kicks a corner, as you seen there on the screen, and Adolphus Jones coming off his line, mishandling that one, putting it into the back of the net.
The SKNFA Premier League continues this weekend at the Warner Park.
Thank you so much, Andre. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Nevis is safe. Nevis is ready to welcome the old, the young, and the very young like me. We are doing our best so you can enjoy your rest. The sun, sea, and sand of our beautiful shores awaits you.
Now to football, with the second round of the SKNFA Premier League in full swing. We have the results of last weekend's matches at Warner Park. Andre Huey was there and he files this report. Thank you so much, Andre. We'll take this break and I'll be back with our feature for this evening. Well, I'm back, and tonight cricket is in the spotlight. In the second exhibition match hosted by the Nevis Cricket Association on Mother's Day, May 9th at the E.T. Willett Park, champions in the first division of the recently concluded T10 tournament highlights engaged a best-of-the-rest team comprising of players from the other teams in the first division. Highlights batted first, and it looked for a moment that Jamar Hamilton was set to tee off once again, but he holed out on 17. Captain Theron Busso then played a superlative hand to be not out at the end, but the bowling of the rest team generally kept the champions in check, and when rain washed out play at the end of the 10 overs, Highlights had only managed 76 for 4. The rest team did not get to chase the target. Summarized scores: Highlights 76 for 4 in 10 overs, Theron Busso 26 not out, Jamar Hamilton 17, Burvis Burke 14. Giovanni Tyson 2 wickets, Nelson Boland and Jamie Cornelius 1 wicket each. Let's go to the E.T. Willett Park and pick up some of the action. Well, the big match will be coming up shortly, and Jamar Hamilton, who played that explosive innings against All Stars in the finals last week, is back to represent Highlights against the best of the rest, and he's doing some individual training. I guess this is some of what he goes through when he's with the West Indies team. And we see the best of the rest team doing some warm-up exercises. Quite a number of selectees from the All Stars team and a number from the Empire team, and probably 2 from the Pioneers team. It should be a pretty interesting game, I can tell you. Should be a pretty interesting game. Well, Ross Powell is the captain for the best of the rest, and he's going out to toss. Now it will be a little difficult, I think. I think to a man the team is saying that if we win the toss, we're going to bat. It will be interesting to see who will be left out of this team. A very good lineup. Shadell is going to toss with Ross Powell. Practically, that's the long and the short of it. Theron Busso, he has the coin. He's going to toss it really high, hoping that Ross Powell gets tired of looking up and makes a wrong call. So the coin will be tossed. Ellison Smithon supervises. That coin goes in the air. Ellison Smithon gets out of the way. Let's see if Ross Powell has won the toss. His team wants to bat. It doesn't seem so. I get the impression by the look of things that Ross is going to bowl. Well, by the look of things, T1 Prentice is out. We are waiting to see who the other one is out. Possibly Chevron. I'm not seeing him out there as yet. He would have been captain in the Pioneers team. Duan Webb is out there, so he'll obviously be opening with Ross Powell. And I think Andre Brown will be coming in at number 3. Giovanni Tyson looks as if he'll be opening the bowling from one end, Nelson Boland from the other. It's going to be an interesting toss, I believe. But Jamal Hamilton batted superbly last week. Let's see what happens this week. Jamal Hamilton, the usual business-like approach, walks to the crease along with Patrice Nisbet Jr. And we're going to have a start. It's a bit overcast, but certainly not as bad as it looked earlier when we had that shower. Just a nice, cool-looking afternoon. I think it's going to get a bit chilly a little later this evening. So, Jamal Hamilton had a rocketing start to the innings in the finals against All Stars. Let's see how he starts today. West Indies backup wicket-keeper batsman. He'll settle, number 25 on his back. Powerfully built, dapper figure. And it's going to be Nelson Boland from the bat hotel end. Here goes. Full toss, smashed away for. Oh, what a start. There was a cracking sound in that bat. He looks at his bat. It was a full toss. He just rested that one on the bat of Jamal Hamilton. And he accommodated him and smashed it through the offside for 4. Jamie Cornelius, he just watched it go past him. Here goes once more. Boland moves in now to bowl. He's driving. Oh my goodness, almost took him out. Hit that hard. Nelson Boland put his hand to protect himself and parried it down to mid-off where Ross Powell is. But it looks as if Jamal Hamilton wants to step it up from the very start. Settles now as Boland races in now to bowl to Hamilton. This time he's guiding it into the offside, down towards the man at third man. Racing across is Giovanni Tyson. Racing back is Jamal Hamilton. Slight bubble there by Tyson, and they got 2 very easily in the end. So it's going to be Hamilton once more. Taking strike from Boland. Here he goes. He's smashing it through the offside. That's 1 more. That's a lovely shot. Again, Jamie Cornelius just watches it go. Ross Powell goes to retrieve. He smashed it. It's gone for 4. So here he goes once more. Races in now to bowl to Hamilton. Here he goes, bowls. Hamilton smashes it straight towards Ross Powell, who pulls it in. Beautifully done. So it's going to be Boland. Races in now to bowl to Nisbet. Here goes, bowls to Nisbet. Nisbet is swinging into that. Gets some bat onto it, swings it into the onside. They're off and running for an easy single. And he's off the mark. Now Derek Parry moves in. Ellison Smith moves away. Over number 1 completed. Well, Patrice Nisbet Jr. will be taking strike now from Giovanni Tyson, who moves in now from the pavilion end. Races in to bowl to the young left-hander. He's hitting it in the air, cut. Duan Webb takes the catch. First ball up, turning it into the onside. Duan Webb moves nicely to his left and takes it easily. Very good catcher he is. Very good fielder generally. And wicket number 1 goes. Young Patrice Nisbet goes back. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl to Hamilton. Hamilton is driving through the offside. That's 4. That's a lovely shot. Nice wristy looking off drive. And it flew between the 2 fielders. Went away for 4. Settles over his bat once more. And it's going to be Nelson Boland. Races in now to bowl to Clark. He's edging caught. He tried a naughty shot, trying to dab it and took the top edge, and Jeffers snuggled it in both gloves, and so Clark goes back. Brief stay at the crease this time around. Well, Burvis Burke looks purposeful as he comes to the crease to replace Tijari Clark. He can play a few shots, I can tell you that. Let's see what transpires today. What's up? So here he goes. Bolan races in now to Bolan. Oh, uncomfortable for starters. Started him off with a short rising delivery, and he was very uncomfortable. Took it high on the bat, and it went in the air down towards long leg, but away from the fielder. Tyson has bowled pretty well so far, and just as he did last week when Hamilton was exploding, he bowled 1 over for 8 runs, which was very good. Here he goes. Races in now to bowl to the aggressive Hamilton, who goes high, but I'm not sure if it's handsome. My goodness, where's that going? Somebody is getting under it. Takes the catch, he's gone. Jaden Carmichael kept his eyes on it, and that's brilliantly done, because that was high in the air for a long time. And Javani Tyson strikes. Hamilton trying to go into Swanee's area, got it high into the air, and I must say that Jaden Carmichael kept his eyes on it. It was up there for a long time, and he kept his eyes on it and took it very well indeed. Great catch. And I think very interestingly now, the question would be, how many more can highlights make without Jamal Hamilton? Tyson will be bowling to the very tall captain, Theron Busso. Fellas like that, if they get any taller, they should lock them up. I mean, he's just one tall guy. You'll say Javani Tyson is tall, but Theron Busso is tall. Here he goes. Oh, he starts with a wicked bouncer. He gets out of the way. That one skipped off the pitch, wide signal by the umpire, but I'm not sure that should have been a wide, because that's a tall man and he was ducking. That shouldn't have been a wide. Tyson once more. This time he'll be bowling to Burvis Burke. Here he goes into bowl to Burke. Is almost decapitated. That was another wicked bouncer. He's asking for a wide, but that was so close to him. I don't think Derek Parry could call a wide for that. My goodness, he managed to get out of the way. But suddenly Javani Tyson has stepped it up a gear. It looks real pacey here. So Tyson suddenly stepping it up a gear. Races in now to bowl to Burke. Here he goes. Moves in now, overcast conditions. The Yorker length delivery, brilliantly bowled. And the off stump moved. My goodness, he came down very late on that. Brilliantly bowled. The double bluff, really. Bounce and then the Yorker. Suddenly things are hard. Runs are hard to come by for the highlights team. Here goes now. Tyson races in now to bowl to Burke. Down the track, swings and almost cut himself in two, because that was premeditated. It was a short ball. It went across his face as he swung wildly at it. And a poor pick on that occasion by Burvis Burke. So here goes. Willett races in now to bowl to Busso. Busso is hitting it down the ground. Somebody's coming across. Chops it. Ross Powell. Did he get it in his hand? I think he jumped in front of him. And so they get a single. Well, Jaden Carmichael has been brought into the attack, left arm leggy. Moves in now to bowl to Burke. Is going high and hard and handsome, and it's gone for 6. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl to Burke. Burke goes in the air. Somebody's racing back. I don't think they can get it. And now going back for the overflow. So it's all happening here. Burke going hard at it, peeling off the outer edge, going high into the offside, and they got 2 more. So Burke back in strike. He's going after Jaden Carmichael. Here goes. Carmichael moves in now to bowl to Buck. Buck is cutting this one away. Looking for the single. It's not on. Well stopped there by Nelson Boland. The drizzle increases here at the Ita Willett Park as Carmichael moves in once more to bowl. He's bowled. My goodness, the stumps moved. As he swung hard, missed it, and the stumps literally moved out of the way. And a bye signal by the umpire. That ends the over. So the drizzle coming down a lot harder. And so I've had to go for the umbrella. Not sure if the umpires are going to come off. Not showing any indication as yet. Well, it's Jamie Cornelius, so he's going to bowl. He bowls some flat off spinners. Normally pushes them through. There's Cornelius in now to bowl. Buck is slapping it nicely down towards long off, coming out of the bat nicely, but that's Ross Powell, the captain, coming across and stops it easily. Only a single. So that brings Theron Busso back into strike. So Busso, tall, lanky. The bat looks like a matchstick in his hand here as he settles. Short ball pulled away, that's 4. A rank long hop. And Theron Busso rocked back and pulled it backward of square for 4. Nice little partnership building up between these two. Busso settles, full toss, beaten, gone past him, gone past the keeper. Acadian Willett races across. I think that would be a bye. He was comprehensively beaten by one which was looped up by Jamie Cornelius, bravely looped up, and he missed it completely. Went past the stumps, went past the keeper. Brings Burke back into strike. Cornelius moves in now to bowl. Down the track he goes. High. Is it handsome? Nelson Boland settles on there, takes the catch, and took it so easily. And so Burvis Burke goes, trying to hit another maximum hold out at long on. And Jamie Cornelius floated that one, and he jumped into it, didn't have the carry, and he's gone. It's going to be Jaden Carmichael, and he'll be bowling now to the captain of the highlights team, Theron Klang Busso. Moves in now to bowl flat, and he's going high. Is it handsome? Dropped. Giovanni Tyson raced in. I think he miscalculated, got the hands to it, and I think Derek Parry just waiting to see if it carried for 6 or is it 4. I think it's 4. So he raced and he really should have been taken. He's a very good catcher normally, and maybe just rushed into too much. Got it in both hands, through his hands, went for 4. Busso settles. Here goes once more. Flat and fast. He's slapping it into the offside. Lovely looking shot. The man is racing around. That's Duan Webb. And they're thinking of the second. And it's not on. So 1 more to the total. And probably the tiniest 12th man in the entire world of cricket goes out to collect the helmets that seem just a little bit bigger than him. And he has a bit of a real job to take those 2 helmets down as the batsmen got rid of their helmets. So Busso settles. Here goes Jamie Cornelius. Down the track he goes high, hard, and that's handsome. Onto the hill. He actually saw him coming, Jamie Cornelius, and bowled it faster, flatter. But he stayed low with it and went high, hard and handsome. It was well played, superbly played by Theron Busso. Gone for 6. So Acadian Willett will bowl now to Theron Busso. Pulls up. Adrian Williams immediately recalled his helmet, but Theron Busso has decided, opted to remain with his cap. So here goes Willett from the pavilion end, races in now to bowl to Busso. Here goes bowl. Busso swings into that, but there's a man deep. Carlon Bowen Stockhead moves in nicely, gets the left-handed return, strong one too. Hits the stumps actually. What a return. Actually hits the stumps from all the way down there at deep mid-wicket. So there's some urgency in the running right now. With Tyrone Bosso just testing the legs, maybe feeling a bit of an itch there as he moves in now to bowl to, he's slapping that one through the offside. That might travel, but the man is quick. That's Duan Webb. They might look for a second. They know. Bosso says no, not this time around. Settles very quickly for one as the drizzle comes back, and this time it seems more intense, I can tell you that. Looks as if it's going to be more intense this time around. It's a sudden sharp shower. He's slapping this one into the offside and stop there. Being encouraged to bowl in the rain. Derek Parry says play on. Willett moves in. It's intense rain here now. He's swinging and missing. And maybe they're trying to finish the over. I think they're trying to finish the over. Tyrone Bosso wants to walk off. Derek Parry is thinking about it. Willett is back at his bowling mark. Is this the final over? Maybe. Moves in now to bowl. Swing and a miss. And I think that's the over. Maybe that's the innings. And they walk away. We'll have to get some shelter here. Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.